Hi, everyone. Lisa Haven here. Well, it seems that the stage for World War III is now being set. We have threats coming in from Russia and China directed at the United States of America. We have our U.S. generals here in the U.S. warning of a global war. We have senators saying that we and NATO should prepare for nuclear attacks. Things are intensifying right now, and it doesn't seem as if things are getting better. On top of that, I want to show you statistics from past wars, World War I and World War II, to show you where things could be headed if we go in another World War direction, which I pray against each and every single day. That is not a place any of us want to go. Now, before I get into the report, I have to give a shout out to my partner. I know it's a bit of a morbid discussion, but with that, please check out ketowithlisa.com. If you're looking to lose weight, which I have actually lost weight on this product, I'm up to about 8-9 pounds on this. Get to ketowithlisa.com and check it out today. Right now, you can get it for up to 51% off. And all you have to do is mix 1 scoop of it in your coffee or your shake every morning and take it every day. And basically, it makes your body think you are going on the keto diet when you're not. But check it out at ketowithlisa.com. All right, so let's dive into some of the things that are causing tensions on a global scale and how the stage is being set for World War III right now and all the eerie indicators that are aligning. Now, for starters, just a couple of days ago, Biden, for the third time, made it very clear that we here in America would defend Taiwan in the event of a Chinese invasion. Here that is. And this is on NBCnews.com. Biden says U.S. will defend Taiwan militarily if China invades. Now, of course, as the White House has done the past 2 times, this is now the third, they are walking back Joe Biden's comments. And here that is. FoxNews.com, Biden walks back bombshell Taiwan comments for the 3rd time. Biden has walked back Taiwan defense promises 3 times in a row. And I want to pause right there. We all know there's something wrong with Joe Biden mentally. And I think, could this be some kind of slip, or does he know information that maybe we're not privy to and he's just kind of slipping up? And I think that absolutely could be what's going on here. Maybe there are plans that we would defend Taiwan. After all, Biden has said it 3 times already. And even though the White House is walking that back, it's leaving a lot of lingering questions. Now, the country of China is obviously not too happy about this. And as a result, they are threatening the United States of America and specifically Biden. Take a look. This is on AmericanMilitaryNews.com, threatening Biden. China and Russia fly nuke-capable bombers on Japan's doorstep during Biden's visit. It goes on. Chinese and Russia nuclear-capable bombers flew together in a joint aerial patrol over the East China Sea and the Sea of Japan on Tuesday in an apparent direct message to President Joe Biden during his visit to Japan. What this is a direct slap in the face to the president, to the United States of America. Basically, China's way of saying, back off, or we're going to do something. And not just China, but if you notice, this is a joint drill being done with another nuclear powerful country, Russia, who is obviously right now at war with Ukraine, and we have China threatening war there with Taiwan. On top of that, there's also this article on dailymail.co.uk. China admits that it conducted a military exercise around Taiwan as a solemn warning over its collusion with the United States. It was a direct warning. Where do we get that? Well, the Chinese People Liberation Army's Eastern Theater Command said it had recently carried out a patrol and drill in the airspace and sea around Taiwan. This is a solemn warning against recent collision between the U.S. and Taiwan, said a spokesman for the command. Shi Yi said, according to state TV. So there is a direct warning from their state TV there, or their spokesmen for command, saying, yeah, that's exactly what was going on. But on top of that, what we also need to focus in on are is this fact. Are Russia and China working together in certain ways, in an aspect that could benefit them, say, for a war? Yes, they absolutely are. Take a look at this, and this is on the epictimes.com. Russia will strengthen economic ties and cooperate on technology with China. The article goes on to state this. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said his country will focus on strengthening ties with China, saying the two neighboring countries have common interest and can make technological advances together. Now that the West has taken a position of dictator, our economic ties with Russia will grow even faster, Lavrov said, according to a transcript published by Russia's foreign ministry on May 23rd. In other words, they're sharing technology together, they're sharing economic advancements, and better building their economy, their military, and the whole 9 yards. This is some chilling information in light of events that are going on. And again, I don't want to go to war. I don't want World War III to break out. The devastation from the first 2 wars alone were tragic, and I can't wait to show you some of the information on that. But in the meantime, we have senators, specifically Mitt Romney, opening up his big mouth and calling on NATO to prepare for nukes. Take a look, and this is on theepictimes.com. Mitt Romney calls on NATO to prepare for potential Russian nuclear strikes. The U.S. and other NATO nations should prepare a devastating response to a possible Russian nuclear strike, Senator Mitt Romney said on Saturday. Romney, in an opinion article for the NYT, said that Russia's use of a nuclear weapon could unarguably be a redefining, reorienting geopolitical event, adding, we should imagine the unimaginable, specifically how we would respond militarily and economically to such a seismic shift in the global geopolitical terrain. And here's the thing. We have done exercises and prepared for those things. I've done many reports over on restrictedrepublic.com talking about that exact same thing. If you really want to know what's going on in society, get to restrictedrepublic.com. I've got some exclusive reports and exclusive content that we are only publishing on Restricted Republic. And right now, I'm going to extend the offer that I did the other day. And that is that you can get Restricted Republic the entire first year for half off. Use the coupon code half off, all one word together, and that'll get you the very first year at half off, which is a $40 price tag on that. So which equates to about $3.33 some odd cents per month. But get to Restricted Republic to get the latest on all of that. But on top of it all, we also have General Miley warning of a global war. Take a look at what he said here, and this is on AmericanMilitaryNews.com. General Miley warns West Point grads of a global war, enemies with robotic tanks and more. He states this. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Mark Miley, warned graduates of the West Point U.S. Military Academy over the weekend that they will commission into the military at a time when the U.S. faces an increased threat of global conflict between great powers and enemies with advanced weapons, including robotic tanks. Speaking at West Point graduation ceremony on Saturday, Miley said, at this very moment, a fundamental change is happening in the very character of war. We are facing right now 2 global powers, China and Russia, each with significant military capabilities, and both fully intend to change the current rules-based order. So that's a straight up admission from a general. We talking about how we are facing 2 global powers with nuclear capability, or as he says, significant military capability. We really need to be careful because ultimately, I don't want to go to war. And here's why. I'm going to show you some of the things, or some of the statistics, if you will, between World War I and World War II. Take a look. And I found this on Diffin.com, and here it is. And this is kind of a comparison chart of what happened during World War I versus World War II. You can see World War I lasted 4 years. The Second World War lasted 6 years. If we maintain this pattern, we could be looking at maybe 8 years in the next war. And hopefully not. Maybe it'll surprise us and be less. But assuming every time it's been climbing thus far, we could be looking at a very long war. And that's not to say it will end up that way. I'm just saying, historically speaking. On top of that, some of the casualties, and this is something that I really want to point out, is the casualties of World War I were about 10 million military dead and 7 million civilians. Now, obviously, the world was a little smaller back in 1914 and 1918 population-wise. However, the population difference between these 2 years is not that extreme. It's not massive. I mean, obviously, a lot more people during this next set of time. However, the significant amount of death between World War I and World War II is shocking, right? So 10 million and 7 million civilian deaths for World War I, and then hop over to World War II. Over 60 million people died in World War II. Estimated deaths range from 50 to about 80 million, and 38 to 55 million civilians were killed. Civilians, and many of them even for war-related disease and famine. If we were, and hopefully, God forbid we ever do, get into World War III, if we increase the way we did between World War I and World War II, we could have 200, 300 million deaths and counting. God forbid something like that ever happen. And who knows, it could go the other direction as well, right? But all we have to base it on right now is the First World Wars. But considering the technology, the capabilities we have today, it could be well, I don't know what the future holds, but it would not look good. Anyhow, with that, obviously, I don't want to go to war at all, but I think it's important to understand the times in which we live. We know, speaking of Bible prophecies, wars will intensify, rumors of wars and wars themselves will intensify as we get closer and closer to end times spoken of in Bible prophecy. Anyhow, wanted to bring all of that to you. Please make sure you're still subscribed to the channel here and make sure you have that bell clicked. Otherwise, you're not getting those notifications. Well, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.